Well, Percenters, welcome back. Coach Tom here to of good and bad spirals. So this is a bad example. This is what I do not want you to do. So look at that back foot. Okay, we do not want to be pushing from the inside ball of our foot, the big toe side. Okay, that's a bad spiral. You're trying to create energy from a kind of a rougher way to translate your energy out of the floor. You should be on the outer edge of your foot when you're taking that negative step to push forward. So this is a bad example. I have no idea who this kid is. He's working really hard. He's attached to the Vertimax, and I know he's trying really hard, so I'm not hating on any of these players. Here's Bradley Beal showing you a really good one. Okay, so when he rotates here, right shoulder almost onto that left knee. And you can see the ease at which he comes out of this. So when you do things right, the energy will store and then release really quickly, or a lot of times I call it wind and unwind. So when he winds up that energy, he loads it up into the hip, it'll bounce back. Your muscles will just kind of bounce back and release that energy. Here, Donovan Mitchell does a pretty good spiral. The back foot is not as good, but the front foot is really good. So there's a spiral there. When you're doing things with the least amount of energy, it comes out real easily. Like LaMelo Ball throws this thing 90 feet in the air. Right there is a spiral. Look at that back foot. Okay, so everything is transferring out through the floor all the way through that pass. This kid has like an amazing spiral. His footwork is so amazing. So look how quickly he moves his feet in and out of this spiral. Boom, right there again, right there again. Okay. So what you should be kind of training yourself to do is get in and out of these splits and negative steps by internally rotating that hip and turning that foot a little bit. So think on the outer edge of your foot, okay, and then start to train yourself to play more on the balls of your feet. So here I am just kind of screwing around, working on landing on your toes, rotating when you go between the legs, and never kind of lifting those hips. So this is where it all happens. Like when you develop motor patterns and you practice, then it will translate into the game without you ever thinking about it. So I'm just playing around with some combos here. Okay, so between the legs, rotating all the time, and then when you want to hang the ball or when you want to put it across and accentuate a move, okay, you just lean into it. Okay, so quick little crossover, and then you can enter that run footwork, and then you can just press that foot and rotate around to absorb the force. So play around with that negative step, and then you can go into things like this, hezzies, and then placing that back foot. If you haven't seen that video that I made about foot positioning or focus on movements, not moves, I highly recommend that you check that out if you don't know what I'm talking about here. But think in terms of positioning your feet, being light on your feet, the ability to replace your feet all the time without being, so rigid on your feet. So think in terms of spirals, foot placement, and then angles and stuff. Here are some other examples of me kind of training some spirals. So I'm absorbing in and then pressing away. So as I press away, I'm turning my heels away, trying to train my body to move in spirals a little better. I'm holding the bars, which limits my ability to spiral. So understand that what exercise you do translates over. Here's me running with a sled. If you can see that bag swaying side to side, that's the spiral happening. Here I'm swinging a golf club, and that's real easy to see. So if you can swing a golf club fairly well, you understand spirals and storing energy, winding energy, unwinding energy. So yeah, golfers have this problem if they don't know how to load up properly. Here I'm doing a uppercut. Okay, so rising dragon fist, Shoryuken from Street Fighter. Load, weight, transfer as you rotate up and away. So I'm transferring that energy up and through the bowl. I would throw it higher, but I don't want to hit my ceiling here. But this is something great you can take onto the court or on the field if you have a heavy ball. Okay, so rotate as you drive up, so translating more of that force going upward. And then lastly, here I am with a driver learning how to hit a golf club. So always think in terms of energy, winding, unwinding, spirals. So hopefully this video helps elaborate on some of those ideas. Until next time, guys, take 14 minutes, 24 seconds, or 1% of your day to get better.